si dostal půjdek tam na to. Ne, to byl ten driver, jak tady dělali. Otázky vás dáváme další.
Dear lacrosse fans, welcome back in the sunny venue of Malešice, here on another game of the European Box Lacrosse Championships 2026. And we are finishing off the group called Yellow with its last game between Austria and Wales. My name is Ondřej Dřízal. I will lead you throughout this live stream, and let's enjoy some beautiful lacrosse. This game's officials are Tomáš Rot, Jan Martin, Lisa Hebon, and the CBO John Pordum. On the face-off dot for Wales, number 98, Will Graham, and on the other side, Austria, number 33, Peter Lucchini. You could see moments ago the table of the yellow group, as Wales has a 0-3 record and still is looking for their first win, for their first ever win at the European Championship, as Austria lost their first two games against Norway and Poland, against Belgium and Norway, but then bounced back with a big win over Poland with the score of 7-6. One of the upsets of the tournament so far. Poland was perfect until that time, with 3 wins over Belgium, Norway, and Wales. But they've struck the Austrian wall, and now we are heading into our last game of the yellow group. Simultaneously, there is a game between Belgium and Norway happening at the arena of Jižní Město. So far, Belgium leads with the score of 23-10, heading into the final moments of the fourth quarter. As we said, Will Graham and Peter Lucchini on the face-off dot, and we are underway. First face-off win put out by Peter Lucchini, but fastly picked up by Rosser from Team Wales. And Will Graham, the face-off specialist for Wales, picks up the ball, and Wales can get it rolling. Harry Perry, one of the leading goal scorers, now Will McDonald with 8 points going into this game. And first goal with the first shot. Again, the Welsh Whippet strikes once again. Will McDonald finds the 5-hole of Filip Hladký, who starts in the goal for Austria. Hladký stepped just a little bit for McDonald to stuff the goal in between his legs, and he scores his 6th goal of the tournament, and then his 9-point in total. And Austria wins another face-off. Matthias Stadlinger with the ground ball, passes off to Klaus Hauer, skies it to Gerrit Probst, who now wears his infamous number 10. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Hauer down to Probst. Has Salzbrunn for the 2-man game, but nice block by Evan Sanson. Ground ball by Adrian Balash, and strikes just in time. Gethin Jenkins, who starts in the goal for Wales, makes his first save against Adrian Balash. John Arthur, one of the biggest stories in the tournament, 10 points on his account going in today's game. Quick pass to Christopher Lee, who was trying to get the one-timer on Hladký, but just missed the goal. Now we have Daniel Ludwig clearing the ball with Stefan Stadlinger, one of the assistant captains. Flips it off to his colleague, Klaus Hauer. 3 goals and 3 assists. And a legal pick by Neubauer. And we got the captain, Owen Edwards, going the other way for Wales. Joe Bedeau has John Hunter for the 2-man game. Passes the ball down to Rosser. Now Harry Perry. Also 8 points going into today's game. Stick save by Hladký. And the ground ball by Daniel Puche. Waiting for his colleagues. Passes to the man with the bionic leg, Adrian Balash. The captain, the Danube Dolphin, Andres Sucher, who wasn't in the lineup yesterday. Down to Marvin Lurk. And a save by Jenkins. Marvin Lurk had an amazing game yesterday. Beating. Going into the game, 3-0 Polish team. Led by best scorers in the tournament, Matthew Dishkevich and the others. Good save by Hladký from far out on the shot by Harry Perry. But now Daniel Ludwig going the other way. That's Edwards against him in the defense. Gets for the long shot, and Jenkins makes it another save. Jason Jones sprinting the other side. As Stadlinger fakes the pass and got the shot off. Stumbled a little bit, but he looks okay. Good chance for Jason Jones. But Filip Hladký stepped towards the pipe. On the other side, Klaus Hauer. And Jenkins makes the arm save. Now on the other side, Kellen Stevens. Face dodge. In between. Oh! If Filip Hladký would have moved, then the ball would have been stuck in his gear. But Kellen Stevens scores his goal. And what an important goal it is. Going into this game with 1 goal and 1 assist is Callan Stevens. Makes it 2-0 for Wales. And Pedro Lucchini proving that he's one of the best face-off specialists in the tournament. Lucas Miller passed it off to Marvin Lurk. Now on the right-hand side, has Stadlinger building him the pick. Swings it to Gerd Probst. Klaus Hauer goes 5-hole, but Jenkins so far 100%. Jenkins finds Edwards on the halfway line. Passes off to Bedeau. Close defense by Huang. Loose ball picked up by McDonald. 12 seconds to shoot. Bedeau gets his shot. And Filip Hladký makes the save. So Daniel Ludwig makes his way to the other side. Flipping it off to Neubauer. Down to Balash. Andres Sucher on the other side. Flipping it off to Klaus Hauer. Long shot, bounce shot, but just over the goal of Jenkins. And Jan Martin is signaling the first hydration break in this game. So we are going to be back in a minute. Stevens and McDonald so far the only goal scorers here in this game between Austria and Wales. Deflected pass by Stefan Stadlinger. Picked up by Matthias Stadlinger. Flips it to Lukas Hauer. That was Hauer again. Gerd Probst. Swinging it from side to side. 10 seconds to shoot. Adrian Balash, Probst. Down to Salzburn. And now a shot from Hauer. And a save by Jenkins. Just imagine that, 16 years old, standing in between the three pipes of Wales. Unfortunate pass for Wales, so we're going to the other side. Lurk, Hauer, Neubauer. Swings it to Probst. Salzburn on the two-man game. Gets the pass. It has been loose at the first try. But now Hauer back to Probst. Number 12 in the white again. Gets the pick from Neubauer. Big shot. Jenkins makes the save from far out. And we're going to the other side with Wales and James Tiley. Up to Rosser, makes his dodge. Tried to pass it to Arthur, but the ball's now loose. Picked up by Kolodne. Matthias Stadlinger. Had Sucher on the other side, but he just signals just to keep the ball. But Adrian Balash decides to shoot. And Gethin Jenkins makes the save. Swings it to Harry Perry. Still Harry Perry. Passes to McDonald. One of the founders of Whippets Box Lacrosse team. And the second goal for Will McDonald. It's his 7th goal of the tournament, and number 2 is on fire for Wales. Just snack it past his 5-hole, and Wales is leading by 3. Lucchini and Graham on the face-off dot. Lucchini was successful. Stefan Stadlinger now running away with the ball. Passes to Probst. He goes to the bench. Klaus Hauer. Lurk down to Probst. Klaus Hauer on the right-hand side. Good defense by Sensam. But Salzburn goes underneath. And what a post-to-post save by Jenkins. Stretching himself across the whole goal. And there's a 2-on-1 situation for Wales. And Warsdale wasn't able to catch the ball in transition. Dodged by Adrian Balash! And it's the first goal for Austria. As he scores against Gethin Jenkins. Dolphin strikes again. the captain for Austria, scores his 9th goal of the tournament. Loose ball on the center circle, now picked up by Perry. Rosser with the ball, shoots, and Latke doesn't know where the ball is. It almost rolled over the goal line. But Austria is now clearing out. Schusterschitz. Passes off to Hauer. Gerrit Probst. Now getting it. Wow! What a work by Maximilian Salzburn. Gets Shane Pryor on skates. And Maximilian Salzburn scores the 2nd goal for Austria and cuts the lead to 1. Good play by number 22 in white. So Wales now only leads by 1 goal. Stefan Stadlinger passes off to Marvin Lurk. Hauer down to Probst. Lurk has a little bit of space, shoots, and a save by Jenkins. And Shane Pryor is going the other way and passes off to Worsdale. Now we are getting our first commercial break of the game, so we're going to be back here in Malešice for the European Box Lacrosse Championships 2026. We are back here in Malešice for the last part of the first quarter. Game between Austria and Wales. So far Wales led by 3 goals, and then Austria strikes twice with the goals of Balash and Salzburn. So now Wales leads only by 1 goal. Now Klaus Hauer. Balash jumps into his shot fakes, and a save made by Randolph Grott, who was a substitute. For Gethin Jenkins, and now I'm confused. So the break from moments ago was a timeout for Wales. I'd like to say sorry for that. Now we are getting the commercial break. But anyway, let's talk about Gethin Jenkins, as we didn't talk about him that much this tournament. He has participated in the junior edition of the National Lacrosse League tournament. The goalie from Calgary. With a Welsh passport. So he's available for Wales for this tournament. So we are going with less than 4 minutes into the attack with Austria. Props passed up to Balash. Hauer. Props. Salzburg finds Balash on the second post, but he has collided with one of the referees. No loose ball. Over and back for Austria, so we're going back in front of the goal of Filip Hladký. Joel Matthews down to Badeau. Arthur for the two-man game. John Arthur tries to shoot. Nice save by Filip Hladký. An unexpected shot by number 18. But Filip Hladký stuck out his shoulder and saved the ball. Now big collision between Badeau and Huang. Loose ball of the pass from Worsdale. So we're going the other way, specifically Bucher. Now in the possession, flips it off for Hauer. Neubauer down to Probst. Back to number 28. Hauer getting his matchup. Sweeps over. And a save made by Grot. Now Shane Pryor has to throw it over the halfway line. And that's a 10-second violation for Wales. As Matthias Stadlinger is heading the other way. Down to Adrian Balash. Adrian Balash, the quarterback of this offense. Probst back to Balash. Marvin Lerk going downhill. Probst one-timer and off the post of Grot. And we're going the other way. Pryor. Pass it off to Perry. Signaling to his teammates just to slow the game down. Don't rush anything. Arthur down to McDonald. Perry. 5 seconds to shoot. McDonald gets the one-timer, but a block by Probst. So the ball's knocked down. And now a little shoveling between those two teams, especially from Wales towards Austria. So we can get one of the chippier games. Now Lerk changing the ball with Neubauer. Hoyer. Neubauer from downhill. Tried to flip it, but both of the teammates were lying on the ground. So now a big forecheck from Neubauer. Now Lerk. Now the last 30 seconds are going on. Probst gets the pick from Sucher. Big shot and off the crossbar from Gert Probst. We are still with the possession of Austria with 20 seconds. Sucher. Neubauer shoots on the run and just over the crossbar. 5 seconds. And the whole Welsh defense was screaming at Sebastian Horn to shoot the ball, but he gets a pat on the back. And that ends the first quarter of this game between Austria and Wales. So far, Wales leads by the smallest of margins, 2-3, going into the second quarter. We're gonna be back. We are back in Malešice for the second quarter of this game between Austria and Wales. Peter Lucchini and Sebastian Grant standing in the center circle, just moments away from the first face-off. Second quarter is underway. Ball is lying on the ground until now. Rosser picks it up. Big pressure by Miller and Balázs. The ball's knocked down. Balázs running away with it. Passes it off to Stefan Stadlinger. Marvin Lurk off to Klaus Hauer. Goes underneath, has a lot of space, and he shoots and scores! Klaus Hauer. Wales gave him a lot of space and he took it. And beats Grot on the far post. So Austria equalizes the score with 35 seconds. Since the start of the second period. There's a lot of pushing and shoving. This game could get ugly fast. Good ground ball by Schusterschitz. And on the lower corner, Profs passes it off to Balázs. Down to Hauer. Profs on the other side, Salzburn. Pass knocked down by Worsdale. Now a ground ball battle. And Wales will run out of clock. Now with Evan Sansom on the ball. And Bordeaux stepped into the crease. So Austria is now playing with the ball. Miller. Neubauer. Maximilian Salzburn. Now to the right hand side to Hauer. Salzburn, 10 seconds to shoot. Neubauer into the traffic. Gets checked, 2 seconds. Just shoots. Just tried to get it on the cage of Grad. But we are going the other way. Now with Thomas Rosser on the ball. Passes down to Lee. Now John Arthur. Rosser gets the pick, goes underneath. Good save by Hladky. Stays in the goal. And collides with Hladky. No penalty from it. So now Marko Lodne. Probst up to Belash. Lurk. Probst all alone on the left hand side with Matthews. And a goal by Klaus Hauer. And Austria turns the score upside down. Good goal by number 12. And he fires Austria in the lead for the first time in the game. Since the 3-goal run by Wales, they have not scored once. There was a push on the face-off by Graham. So Austria on the ball. Probst. Hauer. Balash. Big bounce shot. But off the helmet of Randolph Grad and out. Probst. Salzburn. Hauer, Neubauer finds. Probst. Hauer, one-timer from Adrian Balash, but just into the post and out. But Austria fights for it and gets the ball back again. Probst. Salzburn. Neubauer. 10 seconds to shoot. Pass knocked down by Edwards. Big body by one of Welsh defenders. Matthews. Bedeau was cutting on the other side from the bench. But now Worsdale going in and scores! Everybody was on the other side of the pitch. And no one was guarding Matthew Worsdale, who again took the alley that created under the Austrian defense and equalizes the score for Wales. Now both at 4 goals. Loose ball on the Welsh bench. Now Schusterschitz going fast, tried to find Marvin Lurk, but pass was just a little off. Now Austria handling the ball, Probst. Balash, Lurk, going in, shoots loaded high, but a nice save by Randolph Grad. That's a 1 crooked stick. Harry Perry off to Bedeau. Has Stadlinger. One of so far the best one-on-one defenders in the tournament, in my opinion. And a ground pounding hammer by Harry Perry just catches in the net. And referees are now calling another water break of this game, so we are gonna be back. We're back in Malešice for the last 10 minutes of the second quarter of game between Austria and Wales. So far the score has been equal 4-4. Now with Austria with their offensive shift, Adrian Balash tried to pass it to Pravs but wasn't handled. Klaus Hauer, rocket into the shoulder of Grot. The ball stays with Austria. Now Klaus Hauer again handling the ball. Probst. Hauer jogs. Crow hops. And the save from Randolph Grot. Going the other way is Edwards. Thomas Rosser, 10 seconds to shoot. As Perry for the two-man game goes, try to go underneath, shoots. But the ball just whistles off the post of Philip Latke. And Lukas Miller gets it moving again for Austria. And Lisa Hibbel is getting some respect from, I believe it's the Austrian bench, and the in-home for Austria, number 17. Number 77, that's Florian Schitz, is going to serve the bench penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct. So Wales is getting their chance to take a lead. Graham was flipping it to Tiley, but he ran away just so he could build a pick. Stadlinger running the other way. Plays it deep. He's gonna handle the ball. Klaus Hauer now. Salzburn. Few seconds to shoot. Hauer rockets one and into the corner of Grot. And he gets the ground ball from his shot. He's handling it. He's waving on the Austrian bench. Why is nobody coming out to help him with the penalty kill? Salzburn. It's going underneath. That looked like a push to me, but again, I'm not the one judging that. The other way goes Stephen Harris. Thomas Rosser. James Tiley. Rosser. Arthur. Down to McDonald. An unfortunate pass. So Austria is going to spend the last 20 seconds in the offensive shift. Hauer on the ball. Neubauer. Salzburn. Down to Probst. Swinging it with Neubauer. Gets it back. Neubauer. Salzburn goes underneath, flipping it to Probst, and what a shot! Almost should have had a goal, but the penalty has already expired, but nice work by Maximilian Salzburn and Gerrit Probst, who was on the end of the action. Nice goal to take the lead again. Face-off battle between Lucchini and Graham. Ball goes the Welsh way. Worsdale. Tiley goes over. Arthur tried to find Matthews into traffic. Now a loose ball, picked up by Stadlinger. Waiting for others to take on the field. He finds Balázs, who passed the Probst, just missed the goal of Grot. Sucher. Hauer. Probst. Shoots and off the post! Wow. So far, Probst has been dealing rockets. Except of one of his goals, 2 of his shots went into the post. Balázs got one shot back, now Klaus Hauer, and what a save on the crease by Randolph Grot. Saves Wales from up close. Now Shane Pryor. He holds it and flipped it to Rosser. Graham. Barry. Tried to flip it to Badeau. Now he gets it. Rosser and the save by Hladky. Daniel Ludwig got his ball stripped off. And a 10-second violation against Austria. And referees are issuing another commercial break, as Will McDonald was pretty upset on one of the Austrian players. So it's gonna get chippy here, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to be right back here in Malešice.
The Good Stick Company is here to manufacture and produce lacrosse sticks locally here in the Czech Republic. Our mission is to make lacrosse more accessible so more kids can have access to affordable, high-quality equipment so more people can play this game and we can share this sport around the world.
Pivo z rodinného pivovaru, kde řemeslo a tradice jdou ruku v ruce.
We're back in Malešice for the last 4 minutes of this first half between Austria and Wales. So far, it has been a very chippy game. Hits going both ways. Now John Arthur on the left-hand side goes in, and the ball's been blocked. Now Lucas Miller got his ball checked by Tylee. Ball is going with Austria with the illegal check from Wales going from the bench. Marvin Lurk. And a loose ball picked up by Kellen Stevens, going the other way, has Shane Pryor. He shoots and he scores for Wales! The pink stick of Shane Pryor is now shining brighter and brighter. Number 34 scores for Wales. In the background you can hear fan bases of both of the teams giving their heart into the game, such as the players. Face-off violation against Austria, against Wales, sorry. So now Austria on the ball. Balázs up to Andre Sucher. Salzburg, Klaus Hauer, and didn't get the shot off. Edwards. Graham has Arthur on the left-hand side. Big body on Will McDonald, who doesn't catch the pass. Salzburg has Daniel Ludwig for the help. Ball's loose. Flips it to Marvin Lurk, who went through the crease. So now ball goes with Wales. Harry Perry. Lee. Badeau. Finds Perry on the crease, but he was pretty much in it. So Austria is going the other way with something over 2 minutes in the second quarter. As you can see in the Welsh goal, we got Gethin Jenkins back in, and he makes the save. Andre Sucher tried to lob it over the Welsh netminder, but with his height, I don't think that could have paid that much. On the other side, well, Welsh players had a very big chance. And now Austria back in. Pucher flips it to Langrebe. Probst. 10 seconds to shoot. Has Andres Sucher, who doesn't catch the pass after the two-man play. Probst gets the shot off. Good save by Jenkins. And Neubauer gets pressured on the boards by Edwards. Good one-timer and scores! Gerd Probst once again. And off the feed by Adrian Balázs. He's giving Austria the lead back again. And the Austrian bench is buzzing. Matthias Stadlinger picks the loose ball after the face-off with a minute to go in the first half. Salzburn. Hauer going in. Passes to Probst. 10 seconds. Picked off by Edwards, who goes the other way. Has Klaus Hauer trailing him. Oh, and Edwards! And a head save by Filip Hladký. Flips it to Hauer. Now back to Probst. And he's on the offensive half. Looking for his teammates. Probst. Got 20 seconds to go. Loose ball in front of Jenkins. Probst picks it up, shoots, and just wide. And the ball goes out of play. And Gerrit Probst is going into the penalty box for something that I didn't see. If we could get a replay of the last thing that happened that led to the penalty of Gerrit Probst. So now we're heading into a power play for Wales. 10 seconds to go in the first half, and Filip Hladký makes the save. Austria will have 5 seconds to shoot. Try to shoot it. Now a shot of Klaus Hauer. And the half has ended. So we are heading into the halftime break with the score of 6-5 in favor of Austria. So far, very physical, very hard game for each of the teams. We're gonna be back in something less than 15 minutes here in Malešice for the European Box Lacrosse Championship 2026.
Jsem o tobě nevěděl. To tě tam tu za ty strany teda. Objednávka do bazán. Která to je? Ten natávací. Ten natávací. Já tam dostal. Zavazíme objednávku. Objednávka se jde. Kolik je ty vole? Dobáta. Jo, ještě tam dole. Jedna krutá. Takže to má asi větečky, jo?
Hello everyone, back in Malešice, back with the game between Austria and Wales. This is the last game of the yellow group, as Belgium has won their game against Norway in Jižní Město Arena. So we are heading into the third quarter where Wales can capitalize on the penalty that has been dealt by Gerrit Probst, who's right now sitting just under me. Stefan Stadlinger heading the other way with Austria. Tried to go in, but he has been stopped by Evan Sansom. Salzburn has Andres Sucher. Neubauer, Balash, using his size, goes through, and there's a penalty coming against Wales. And Shane Pryor has figured out what he's done wrong. And Shane Pryor is now sitting in the penalty box. And Austria is gonna play for the next 40 seconds with 4-on-4. Then Gerrit Probst comes back. So they will have a short power play now. Shot by Evan Sansom, but Philip Lutke didn't have to move a muscle. So we're heading the other way with Austria. Now Maximilian Salzburn on the ball. Balash. And passed it straight to Harry Perry. That was pretty funny. And now Gerrit Probst is going from the penalty box straight into action. Now he has John Arthur against him. Pressure, jump shot by John Arthur, but the ball has gone out. So we're heading the other way with Stadlinger. Probst. Hauer has a little bit of space. One-timer by Andres Sucher. And Austria is going ahead with a 2-goal lead. Great eyes by Klaus Hauer, who saw Andres Sucher without any eyes on him and finished a nice one-timer behind Gethin Jenkins, who stays in the goal for Wales. Philip Lutke is in between 3 pipes for Austria. Now Lukas Miller with the ball, passes to Salzburn, but the ball ends up on the chest of Harris. Now a ground ball by Matthews. Illegal pick by Wales. So Matthews is giving the ball away. Hauer Balázs gets it back from Probst. Salzburn. And a delay penalty on Stefan Harris. Two minutes from cross-check, signaled by Tomáš Roth on Stefan Harris. So Austria is heading into yet another power play. Martin Neubauer dealing the ball from up top. And a good shot by Klaus Hauer, but even better save by Jenkins, who rockets the ball to the opposite side and behind the goal of Latky. So Austria on the ball again. Klaus Hauer. Neubauer. It was an illegal pick from Austria, so we are heading with Wales in front of Filip Latky. And Matthias Stadlinger, very big pressure on Tomas Rosor, but he handles it, and now Marco Lotne steals the ball and rushing to the other side, and what a trail check by James Stiley. That is the kind of hustle play that doesn't show on the scoreboard. But James Stiley, you have a lot of to be proud on. Now Worsdale going in behind of goal of Latky, 10 seconds. Tomas Rosor, and there's a delay penalty against Austria. And Chening Huang is going to the penalty box for cross-check. We gotta figure out that he didn't want to do that from his facial expression, but rules are rules. He has dealt a cross-check against one of the players, so he is now in the penalty box. And for the next 15 seconds, Wales will wait for their fifth player on the floor. Shot attempt. Now Stefan Stadlinger getting the ground ball. Rushing for the clear is Lucas Miller, who gets over the halfway line. And we have 5 Welsh players now on the floor. And Austria has now gone onto the second half to kill some time from the penalty. 5 seconds. Hauer gets from the pressure and almost got it on the cage of Jenkins. And we have our third hydration break in this game. So we're going to be right back here in Malešice. We're back in Malešice with 10 minutes remaining in the third quarter of this game between Austria and Wales. Austria now leading 7-5, and Wales is in the power play. Big shot by Thomas Rossor, but now Matthias Stadlinger picks it up, has John Arthur against him, and he is on the offhand. So he has to go to the opposite side of the pitch. And he sees Gerrit Pravs, who was strafing from the Austrian bench. And now Horn has gone back into the crease for Wales. So Austria stays on the ball. Just a dozen of seconds from the penalty of Wang. Howard goes underneath on the crease of Jenkins, and he makes the save. But the ball has been thrown over the halfway line and stays with Austria. Now Balash, ground pounder, but didn't touch Jenkins at all. So we have Wales trying to pick it up. Now it has been by Harry Perry. Flip to Will McDonald. Flip Latke noticed where the ball is. Nice pickup by Miller, who is now going straight to Jenkins. Bounce shot and a goal! Lucas Miller scubas through. Unfortunately for you, Lucas, the celebration wasn't seen, so now we are going the Welsh way because Austria had only 4 players on the pitch. But Lucas, what a goal. What a juice goal for Austria as well, as they are now fired into a 3-goal lead. Now John Arthur for Wales, looking for some space. Loose ball picked up by Worsdale. Badeau passes to Arthur, face dodges, shoots. And Arthur was calling for hold from Stadlinger, but nothing is called. So now Stadlinger on the ball, gives it to Salzburn. Probst passes to Neubauer. Face dodged by Salzburn. Sucher, ball knocked down by one of the Welsh defenders and into the traffic and picked off by Evan Sansom. And Shane Pryor is now clearing for Wales. And picked off by Pucher. He's all alone on the offensive half, so now he gives it to Klaus Hauer. Lob pass to Neubauer. Hauer on the ball again. Salzburn, loose ball. Back in Salzburn's hold. Now Probst has to shoot. Just off the target. We are starting in the lower corner next to Hladký's goal with Tomas Rossero. Some pushing and shoving between Stefan Stadling and McDonald. But Hladký makes the save. Pass off to Miller. He's gonna want the footage of the celebration later. Garrett Probst dodges, finds Hauer on the second post, but what a save by Jenkins. And now, what a sequence of events. An incredible save by Gethin Jenkins, who got his hand just in the right place on the second post. 10 seconds with Bedeau is the ball. Now Tiley is gonna look for outlet, shoots, and the shot has been blocked by Kolodne. Now Ludwig shoots and just misses the goal of Jenkins. Pryor. He's running away, but now an illegal forecheck by Horn. So we're going the other way again. Stadlinger. That was a weird call for a water break. It could have been a little bit later with the chance of Stadlinger, but it doesn't matter. We have another hydration break. Just a quick reminder. Stay hydrated, and we're gonna be back.
dáte 2 hodiny, tak si můžu tak jestli s Medíkem chceš mluvit, tak teď tady je. Tak, já si na tu Krkovici, takže mám jenom říkávat, že to byl kontakt. No, neboj se.
Back in Malešice, back with the game between Austria and Wales. So far Austria leads 8-5 and is back in the attack. Garrett Probst doesn't handle the pass. Hauer, big shot and bouncer into the chest of Jenkins. Stevens passes off to Perry. He's followed by Langrebe. Pass off to Bedeau. Wow, what a shot! From my point of view, it has been just in the line of shot. And it ends up on John Arthur, who lays on the ground in the crease. And now Bucher is going to the penalty box. He doesn't know. So Daniel Bucher is going to sit for the next 2 minutes in the penalty box. And Wales is having themselves yet another penalty, yet another power play. Rosso flips it to Arthur blocked by Ludwig. Rosser, 5 seconds to shoot. Arthur, big shot, trickled off the leg of Stadlinger, is followed by McDonald. Flips it off to Miller. He's going to look for his second goal in the game. Andre Pucher. Neubauer going in. Has a lot of space, and Jenkins makes the save. Looking for his outlet, and Will McDonald is there for him to catch the pass. Harry Perry flips it off for Arthur. Perry back to Arthur, big shot, blocked by Kolodne. 5 seconds, Arthur, McDonald shoots, and a save by Hladky. Rosso, McDonald finds the near corner! Will McDonald! Finds the near corner of the goal of Filip Hladky. And he scores the 6th goal for Wales in this game. Now everybody on the Welsh defense attached to Maximilian Salzburg on the pickup. Maximilian Salzburg on the ball. Couple fakes. And he leaves. Sebastian Grant on the ground behind him. Hauer, big shot, just off the target. Big clear for Joel Matthews, who just didn't pass it to Christopher Lee. And now Langebe can get the ground ball, but he doesn't, and the ball rolls into the stick of Jenkins. So now Owen Edwards clears it for Wales. Rosser. Arthur. Bedeau. To Rosser. Rosser face dodges, shoots, and a save by Hladky. Ludwig. 2-on-1 situation, and Probst all alone on the crease, and 3 times from the post and out. I have never seen anything like this. Wow. What a shot by Gareth Probst. That's the proof of how fast this shot is. Now John Arthur going underneath, doesn't have seconds to go, as we have 20 seconds till the end of the 3rd quarter, and now Emil Angebe is heading the other way. Has Kolodne behind him, shoots! New shot clock, because Jenkins touched the shot. Now 10 seconds until the end of 3rd quarter. Handled, and a big hit by Matthias Stadlinger. It's all over the place. And that's a wrap, and Harry Perry stays on the ground as... Yeah, he's gonna get up. And we're heading into the 3rd break with the score of 8-6 for Austria. And the game is getting chippier and chippier. We're gonna be back in less than 2 minutes.
The Good Stick Company is here to manufacture and produce lacrosse sticks locally here in the Czech Republic. Our mission is to make lacrosse more accessible so more kids can have access to affordable, high-quality equipment so more people can play this game and we can share this sport around the world.
Pivo z rodinného pivovaru, kde řemeslo a tradice jdou ruku v ruce.
Here we are, 15 minutes to go. And Grant and Lucchini on the center dot, and we are underway. The longest face-off so far, but it has been won by Austria, now handled by Miller. If you have just tuned the stream, Austria is now leading 8-6. Has been on a roll so far, but Wales have struck also in the late period. Now the latest thing was a jump shot made by Adrian Balash. And Jenkins just flips it off to Matthew Warsdale. He's also put up some points on the board in previous games. Five points in total. Emil Angrebe, good check on Warsdale. And the ball goes the other way for Austria. Almost a perfect pass to Klaus Hauer. But Matthias Stadlinger is now picking up his own rebound. Hauer. Gerrit Probst shooting and just, oh wow, just off his jersey the ball trickled out of the goal. So we are heading again the other way with Wales. Now James Tiley flips it off for Warsdale. Now a loose ball. No one wants to pick it up. Now Pucher has done it. Stefan Stadlinger flips it to the other side to Miller. Big bodies flying in the traffic. And Pucher. Head full of steam, big hit! And a penalty on André Sucher. Oh wait. Okay, so Martin Neubauer is now going to the penalty box, and on the Welsh side it's Sebastian Horn. Yeah, simultaneous roughing, so we're gonna play 4-on-4 for the next 2 minutes. In case, of course, that someone doesn't score, then it would have been the power play for the other team. Now Harry Perry flips it into Rosser. But now again, an illegal hit by Austria gives Wales the ball back again. In the Austrian crease, nothing has changed. Philip Lutke is still in between the three pipes. And there's a delay penalty against Austria. Late forecheck. There are some things that are always happening after the whistle. Such as Rosser going into Daniel Ludwig, who is now going into the penalty box for a cross-check. So Wales now has another chance to score. 4-on-3 power play. And a big chance, but Harry Perry doesn't control the pass. And through the crease call. And a big forecheck by Harry Perry, but now Miller is over the halfway line. Salzburn is going to run out the clock. 10 seconds on the shot clock. And Salzburn tries to go underneath. Flipping it off to Miller. He doesn't handle it. The goal. And the ball goes with Wales. And with Colin Stevens clearing it for Wales. .30 seconds, sorry. Parts us from return of the simultaneous penalty. Rosser, shot, and a good save by Hladky. Matthias Stadinger down to Hauer, and we have not both Neubauer and Horn going from the penalty box. Hauer shoots over, good save by Jenkins. Big forecheck by Adrian Balash and also by Martin Neubauer. Nothing has been called, but now the referee has an arm above his head. And Daniel Puche is going into the penalty box. Slash for Daniel Pucher. And Wales Rosser, saved by Hladky. Now a long pass, which finds Daniel Ludwig. Now Hauer spins off. Goes into traffic, but he steps into the crease, and it's going to be decided. And there is an hydration break issued with 10 minutes. And there is something brewing between Hladky and McDonald. So Daniel Ludwig had to separate them. We're gonna be back. We're back in Malešice with 10 minutes into the end of regulation, with Wales on the ball and with a power play Austria is leading 8-6. Thomas Rosser finds a shot and a goal! A big one for Wales! And Thomas Rosser finds a way through Hladky. And the Welsh crowd's buzzing. Absolute scenes. The ball trickles. Oh, that's the 5-hole of Filip Hladky. Trickles just past his leg pad. And there's an illegal procedure against Austria. Oh, sorry, against Wales, so Austria retains the ball. Now with Gerard Probst. Finds Lucas Hauer all alone on the crease, but what a save by Gethin Jenkins. Again, the sleeve of his jersey helped him a little bit, but he stood 4 seconds in the crease with the ball. So we have Emelan Grebe clearing out the ball, hands it off to Sucher. Gerard Probst. And Balash goes underneath. And again, arm save by Gethin Jenkins. Good clear off to Sebastian Horn. And has a big pressure on him by Pucher. And Wales calls for a timeout as we have 8 minutes and 43 seconds till the end of the last quarter of regulation. If we could get the table right now, Austria is now on the 4th place with the game record of 1 win and 2 losses. If they win this game, they could move past Norway. Oh, they couldn't, because Norway won the match between them. And Wales, if they win this game, they move up to the 4th place. So that's a big game for the team in dark green and white. Now just a few seconds to shoot. Rosser tried to flip it to James Tiley. But a push on Tiley gives Wales back the ball and the 30 seconds. Big pressure by Ludwig. And there's a delay penalty. I don't have anything to say to that. And there's a slash called against Wales. Oh, sorry, against Austria, so Daniel Ludwig. I don't think that was a slashing call. Just let the boys play. Let them be hard, let them play their heart out. And that was a routine slash on the glove, but I'm not the one to judge that. On the other side, Wales has a chance to equalize the score. Rosser, McDonald, shot off the ground. But now a chance from Worsdale, but he doesn't shoot it on the goal of Hladky. Now Kolodne clears the ball for Austria. Passes it off to Miller. Probst. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Tries to go in. And there's a slashing call against Evan Sansom. From my point of view, I thought that Sansom slashed one of his teammates, but anyways, the number 14 for Wales is now sitting in the penalty box. So now Austria can play in the attack. Adrian Balash spins in, but Jenkins makes the save. And a clear right from in front of the cage of Jenkins by Horn. We're back in front of Jenkins. Salzburn, Hauer. Now Balash, back to Hauer. Face dodge. And that's a hold against Horn. And so far everybody takes the calls very well. As now Austria with 20 seconds on their penalty, and then they will have a little bit of 5-on-3, but now a nice save from Jenkins on the shot of Adrian Balash. And that's okay, that was just a clock reset. And now Austria is with 5 men on the field, and they will have a little bit of time with 5-on-3. Now a shot from Hauer, but a nice save by Jenkins from close. But that was a bad pass from Jenkins. Now Hauer waiting, faking, flips it off for Probst. Going in, Hauer fakes it and scores! And there's a penalty against Stefan Harris. And a little scrum in front of Jenkins, because Lukas Hauer is now lying in the crease. Lukas Hauer is now in the care of one of the staff members of the Austrian team. And he has been literally picked up by one of the staff. He's walking, he's breathing, so that's the most important thing for Klaus Hauer. There's an issue with the scoreboard. So there was a 5-on-3, and right after the goal of Klaus Hauer, there's a new penalty issued on Stefan Harris. So now we're playing with 5 players on the Austrian side and 3 on the Welsh one. And we will be heading into the last 5 minutes of the regulation. Probst, Salzburn, quick passes, tic-tac-toe combination for Austria, finished off by Gerrit Probst. Goal in the lane by Neubauer, Salzburn, Balash, and finished off by Gerrit Probst. Jenkins was there, but his leg pad wasn't on the place at the right time. Another one face-off by Austria. As we are inside the last 5 minutes of this game. Salzburn. Pass off to Hauer. Neubauer, long shot, saved by Jenkins, loose ball. And Pryor tried to catch it, but now Rosser is going to the other side. Takes the shot and he scores! Thomas Rosser for Wales! And again lights the spark in the heart of all the Welsh players and fans. Thomas Rosser finishes over Matthias Stadling and most importantly over the back of Filip Hladký. So now with 4 minutes and 21 seconds to go, Austria wins the face-off. Maximilian Salzburn on the ball. Probst, Hauer, Balázs back to Hauer. Salzburn down low, Balázs! And now everything falls for Austria, Adrian Balázs. Scores goal number 11. Another face-off between Graham and Lucchini. Graham went a little early, so Austria is gonna have the possession of the ball after the quick commercial break. After which we are going to be right back here in Malešice. Here in Malešice with the game between Austria and Wales. Austria has been on a little run so far, and the score is now 11-8 for the team in white and red. Quick shot, just missed by Gerd Probst. He gets yet another chance, but has been stripped off by Harry Perry. And now a takeaway by Hauer. He's gonna hold it as long as possible. To the other side to Sucher. Gerd Probst spins. And a save by Grut, who returns into the goal for Wales. So Jenkins has played his par in the Welsh crease, but what a nice chance for John Arthur, but even a nicer save for Filip Hladký. Goes for Matthias Stadlinger. Gets it to Andres Sucher. For Martin Neubauer. Salzburn. The ball goes of the helmet of Rosser. Missed chance for Maximilian Salzburn, and now Thomas Rosser is looking for his outlet. James Stiley finds Rosser on the top key. Good save by Filip Hladký. But there's an aftermath. Rosser has been stripped to the ground. And Mark Kolodne it looks like something with his ankle. Tripping call against Mark Kolodne. Gonna sit for the next 2 minutes in case of Wales not scoring. He's walking on his own, but he's stumbling a little bit. Tiley begins with the ball. Graham, McDonald, Arthur, and Harry Perry on the low righty side. Graham fires it to the near post where Filip Hladký was standing. And so Daniel Ludwig is going to the other side. Adrian. Now Klaus Hauer goes into the crease of Grot, and nice hand save by Randolph Grot. Again, just tipped the ball a little bit. Big pressure by Miller, but Tiley has endured it. And has the ball for Wales. John Arthur and McDonald. Last minute in the regulation. Arthur. Tiley. Gonna get the shot off just off the target. Doesn't hit the goal of Hladký. So Stadinger is now going over the halfway line. Passes to Balázs. Big pressure on the Austrian captain. Passes to the opposite corner for Salzburn, who handles it. Sucher. 10 seconds. To Salzburn. He was trying to jump. With the clear for Wales. But there's just over no time. Wow! I don't want to say for Wales, but what a consolation goal. Was that Matthew Worsdale? It may have been him, but it's too little too late for Wales to come back. And Austria is getting their second win of the group and finishing off on a high note on a 2-game winning streak. And there's a little aftermath between those two teams. McDonald and Balázs are exchanging some words. So Austria wins this game with the score of 11-9. and Wales ends up in the group without a win. So they will be looking towards their next matchup in the playoffs. Very chippy, very gritty, very hard game for both of these teams. Very entertaining to watch. Now we can see the game leaders. Garrett Props, the point leader with 6 points. And we had 3 different players that scored a hat-trick, with Klaus Hauer, Garrett Props, and Will McDonald all getting their hat-tricks. So that's a wrap on today's game between those two teams. And in something over an hour, we will be back here from Malešice with the last game of the day between France and Portugal. So thanks for watching. My name is André Gisel. Thanks for tuning in the ELF YouTube channel. And we're going to be back with a short interview with one of the players from the Austrian side. Thanks for watching. Love lacrosse, be nice to each other, and see you. So I'm here with the number 2 from the Austrian team, Lukas Miller. Lukas, congrats on the win. Ending on a high note on the stage, 2 wins in a row. How would you describe the games in the group stage?
I think it went great. It was a tough start. Most of us, we haven't really meshed well together at the start. We're all kind of fresh and new, but we got it going as the tournament went on, and I think we're going to keep riding this and just keep going.
Okay, and have you looked further in the tournament table who you are going to face? Have you seen any film?
We're just taking it one game at a time, so we'll look after this who we're playing, and then take the night, watch some film, and be ready for tomorrow.
What is your opinion on today's game? Welsh team was pretty rough, pretty physical. There was a little bit of chippiness between you. So how would you describe it?
I think that's just lacrosse. You know, it's a physical game. It's going to be like that. I love to see it. You know, that's just lacrosse, like I'd say. So, yeah.
Thanks, Lucas, and congrats on the win.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
My biggest fan.